Okay, now we're moving on to Piplup's head. So his head, you're going to be making it in dark blue. So we're going to start off with a magic ring with 6 stitches. So wrap this band around your hook 2 times, create 3 loops. First stitch, you're going to do a slip stitch. And you're going to keep going through the center of that capping band, and you're going to do another 5 single crochets. So this is 1 stitch, 2, 3, 4, 5, one more time, 6. Okay, so now for round 2 of his head, you'll increase it to 12 stitches. So you just want to do 2 single crochets in each stitch. So first stitch to close up this ring, you do a slip stitch. So just count this as the first stitch of your second round. Put on your marker. So I'm going to go back through that same stitch for single crochet. And now I'm just going to do 2 single crochets in each stitch, so it's an increase in each stitch. Okay, so this is my second round done. This has 12 stitches. So for round 3, I'm increasing this to 18 stitches. So I want to do a single crochet in the first stitch, increasing the second one, and we're doing that all the way around. So entering my first stitch, I have a single crochet, 1, and increase, 1, increase, 1, increase, 1, increase, 1, increase, and you're going to do that one more time. So 1 and 1 increase. Okay, so this is round 3. It has 18 stitches. So for round 4, you need 24 stitches. So single crochet in the first 2 stitches and increase in the third. I'm doing that all the way around. So 1, 2, increase, 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 1, 2, and one more increase. Okay, this is round 4, which has 24 stitches. Okay, moving on to round 5, you want to increase this to 30 stitches. So we're doing a single crochet in the first 3 stitches and an increase in the 4th, and we're doing that all the way around. So I'm going to count up to 3. Oops, my bands are flying. 1, 2, 3, and an increase. 1, 2, 3, increase, 1, 2, 3, increase, 1, 2, 3, increase, 1, 2, 3, increase, 1, 2, 3, and you're going to do one final increase for this round. Okay, so this is round 5, which has 30 stitches. For round 6, we're increasing to 36 stitches. So we're doing a single crochet in the first 4 stitches and an increase in the 5th one. We're just doing that all the way around. So I'm counting up to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and increase, 1, 2, 3, 4, 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 and you have a final increase in this round. So you just completed round 6, which has 36 stitches. For round 7, we want to increase it one more time to 42 stitches, and to do this we're just going to do a single crochet in the first 5 stitches and increase in the 6th one, and we're doing that all the way around. So I'm just going to count up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and increase, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 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 and 1 increase. Okay, so now we're done with round 7. So for rounds 8 to 12, you need another 5 rounds of 42 stitches each round. So we're just going to do another 5 rounds of single crochets in each stitch. So I'm just going to put aside 5 bands, 3, 4, 5. Every time I start a new round, I'm taking a band from here. So I'm just going to do 1 round with you. I'm taking 1 band from here. So I'm starting round 8. Has 42 stitches, so all I need to do is just 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around. Okay, so now I'm done with round 8. I'm just going to start round 9. I'm just taking a band from here, round 9, and I'm just going to do my rounds 9 to 12 off camera. So that's my 4 additional rounds of 42 stitches each. So just pause the video here and complete your up to your round 12. Just do single crochet in each stitch and then resume the video once you've completed round 12. Okay, so once you've finished round 12, you should have something that looks like this. This head is a lot bigger, not really a lot bigger, but it's bigger than the one I did initially. So for round 13, let's start decreasing. So let's decrease this to 36 stitches. To do that, we want to do a single crochet in the first 5 stitches and then a decrease over the next 2 stitches, and we're doing that all the way around. So I'm just going to count up to 5 and I'll say decrease. So just follow along. Every time I say a number, it's just a single crochet in 1 stitch. So this is 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're doing a decrease now. Decrease. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, decrease. 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and decrease. Okay, so this is round 13, which has 36 stitches. So let's move on to round 14. 14, I want to decrease it to 30 stitches. So we're doing 4 single crochet in the first 4 stitches and a decrease over the next 2 stitches. So I'm going to count up to 4. 1, 2, 3, a decrease, one, two, three, four, 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 and a decrease. Okay, so this is round 14, which has 30 stitches. So for round 15, we want to decrease to 24 stitches. So we're doing a single crochet in the first 3 stitches and a decrease over the next 2 stitches. So I'm going to count up to 3. So this is 1, 2, 3, decrease, 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 one, two, three, decrease. Okay, so this is round 15, so this one has 24 stitches. So we want one more round of decreases. So for round 16 we want to decrease this to 18 stitches, so we're doing a single crochet in the first 2 stitches and then a decrease over the next 2. So I'm going to count 1, 2, decrease, 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 1, 2, and you have one final decrease. Okay, just let me take a look at this first. Okay, let's just do one more round of decreases because I think this neck might be a little bit too big. So we want to decrease, so this will be round 17. Let's decrease it to 12 stitches. So what I want to do is a single crochet in the first stitch and a decrease over the next 2 stitches, and we're doing that around. So 1, sorry about that change, I think an 18 stitch neck might be a bit too fat. So decrease, and 1, decrease, 1, decrease, 1, decrease, 1, decrease, 1, and one more decrease in this round. Okay, next thing we want to do, we want to fasten off, so go through the first stitch of that round and tie a slip stitch. Alright, I'm going to take out my marker and I'm going to clip the end. So next thing I want to do, I just want to stuff this with fiber fill. So grab your fiber fill and just stuff his head. Okay, so once you're done stuffing his head, you have something that looks like this. I'm going to put this aside and we're going to start making his body now. So you're going to take the lighter blue bands. For mine it's this jelly light blue. We're going to start off with a magic ring with 6 stitches. So you're just going to twist this band around your hook 2 times to create 3 loops. The first stitch, you're going to do a slip stitch. Alright, and you're going to go back through the center and you're going to do 5 more single crochets. So this is 1 stitch, this is 2, oops, 3, 4, 5, 6. So for round 2 we want to increase that to 12 stitches, so we're doing an increase in each stitch, so that's 2 single crochets in each stitch. To close up the circle I'm doing a slip stitch as my first stitch of the second round. I'm going to put in my marker, going back through the same stitch to do my increase, so that's another single crochet. So I'm just doing an increase in each stitch from now on. So 2 single crochets in each stitch. Okay, so now I'm done with round 2. Round 3 will have 18 stitches, so that's a single crochet in the first stitch and then an increase in the second, and we're doing that all the way around. So 1, increase, 1, increase, 1, increase, 1, increase, 1, increase, 1, and increase. So this is round 3, it has 18 stitches, so we're moving on to round 4 now, which has 24 stitches. So we're going to do a single crochet in the first 2 stitches and an increase in the third, and we're doing that all the way around. 1, 2, increase, oops, this band's gonna break, I'll use another one, 1, 2, increase, 1, 2, increase, 1, 2, increase, one, two, increase, one, two, and one increase. So now you've finished round 4. Round 4 has 24 stitches. So on round 5 we want to increase it to 30 stitches. So we're doing a single crochet in the first 3 stitches and an increase in the 4th. So I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, increase, oops, another band's gonna break, 1, 2, 3, increase, 1, 2, 3, increase, 1, 2, 3, increase, 1, 2, 3, increase, 1, 2, 3, and 1 increase. Okay, so this is round 5, which has 30 stitches. Round 6 we're doing 36 stitches, so it's a single crochet in the first 4 stitches and then an increase in the 5th one. We're doing that all the way around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, increase, 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 1 more time, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 last increase. Okay, so this is round 6, which has 36 stitches. So for round 7 to 11, we need another 5 rounds of 36 stitches. So it's just, let's just put aside our 5 bands first. I don't know whether you can see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so we're just doing single crochets in each stitch for 5 extra rounds. Let me just do 1 round with you. So starting round 7, I'm taking a band from there, so I'm just going to do a single crochet in each stitch. And yes, these projects are a little bit repetitive because there's a lot of circles and round things going on, but I hope you still enjoy making them. So I finished round 7. I'm just going to start round 8. I'm taking a band from here. So this is my second additional round of 36 stitches. I'm going to do this round and the remaining, the other 3 rounds, so in total 4 rounds off camera. So just pause the video here, complete your rounds until round 11. You just need to do a single crochet in each stitch for 36 stitches each round, and then just resume the video once you're done with that. Okay, so once you're done with round 11, you have something that looks like this. So from round 12, we're going to start decreasing. So 12, we'll do 30 stitches. So we're going to do a single crochet in the first 4 stitches and then a decrease over the next 2 stitches, and we're doing that all the way around. So I'm going to count up to 4. This is 1. 2. 3. 4. Decrease. 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 1. 2. 3. 4. And one more decrease in this round. So this is round 12, it has 30 stitches, so for round 13 we want to decrease it to 24 stitches, and to do this we're going to do a single crochet in the first 3 stitches and a decrease over the next 2. So I'll count up to 3, so this is 1, 2, 3, decrease, 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 1, 2, 3, and a decrease. So this is round 13, which has 24 stitches. Round 14 we're reducing to 18 stitches, so we want to do a single crochet in the first 2 stitches and then a decrease over the next 2, and we're doing that all the way around. So 1, 2, decrease, 1, 2, decrease, 1, 2, decrease, 1. Oops, let me just fix that. Sorry guys. Okay. 2, decrease, 1, 2, decrease, 1, 2, and one final decrease. Okay, before we do our last round for his body, we're just going to stuff it now. So I'm just going to push this band further down my hook. I'm going to grab my fiber fill. I'm just going to stuff the body. You can actually do it after the final round, but it might be easier just to do it now. So let's just finish it off while we can. And you might notice that the head is bigger than the body. Yes, it is, but it shouldn't be too much of a difference. I just want to stuff the body a little bit more. Okay, now I just want to reduce it again. So we're on our round 15 now, and we want to close it up to 12 stitches. So we're going to do a single crochet in the first stitch and a decrease over the next 2 stitches, and we're doing that all the way around. So let's just begin. 1, oops, my clip is caught, decrease, one, decrease, one, decrease, one, decrease, one, decrease, one, decrease. Okay, and now you just want to fasten off. Go through the first stitch. You want to tie a slip stitch. I'm using jelly bands for this light blue, so it's really slippery, so make sure you pull it tight, and I'm just going to clip the end again. And take out the marker. Alright, so we've done making all his parts. Now it's time for assembly. Okay, Piplup requires a lot of assembly, so the first thing you want to do, you want to take his face, the white part of his face, and you want to take that blue thing, the one that has the 3 points, and this is going to basically go here, so you're going to stick this behind so that you'll be able to see the 3 points on the other side. It doesn't really matter which side you do it on. So the first thing you want to do is you just want to position it onto the white thing so that you can see the 3 points there. I might want to turn this around. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put my hook back through that loose band. I'm going to take out this marker, and I want to stitch this onto the white part of the face, and to do that I just want to take some white bands. I'm going to go through some of the white bands. I'm going to go through some of the blue bands here. I'm just going to put this, just hold it like this for a while. I'm going to take a white band, and then I'm just going to slip stitch. So I'm just pulling this through everything, including that blue band on my hook. I'm going to tie a slip stitch. Okay, so this is one. I just want to do that all the way around, or just so that it's secure, and you want to do this with white bands because the bands will go through that white part of the face. So just keep doing that. Every now and then just check the position to see that it's not lopsided. So the main thing is you just want to attach the bottom. It doesn't really matter so much the sides or the top, because you'll be attaching the white part onto his head. So we can just leave that. Just do the bottom part and maybe slightly up the side a little bit. Oops, band flew off. Alright, so once I've attached the bottom part, I'm just going to take this S-clip here and I'm just going to clip this white band on. So when you turn around, this is the part that you will see. Okay, so the next thing you want to do, you want to attach his eyes. So grab his eyes, position it wherever you want. I would suggest not too far, not too in the middle. I'm just going to put one here. Not sure whether you can see. I'm going to go through the back of his face. I'm going to pull that black band through to the other side. I'm just going to hold that onto that with my finger. Then I'm going to go through the back and grab the other black band, this one, if I can, pulling this to the back. Alright, so you have two loose bands at the back. What you're going to do, you can just put one through the other, and you can just tie a knot. I will usually put a S-clip, but I just don't want to use too many, so I'm just going to, hope you can see this, just tie a knot. Okay, so you can see I've just tied a knot. If you pull it tight, the band shouldn't come out. If you want to, you can just attach another S-clip or a C-clip there. So that's one eye. Grab his other eye. You're just going to do the same thing to the other side. So, okay, I'm just going to position this here. Try to get it both at the same height and same position. I'm pulling this band through. I'm going to go underneath. I'm going to pull the other band. Okay, I'm happy with that position, so what I'm going to do, one inside the other, pull this out, and I'm just going to tie a knot with the two ends of the bands just to secure the eye. It's not easy tying the knot. Okay, so that's the eyes. Okay, the next thing you're going to attach is his beak. So his beak is that small yellow thing we had earlier, and his beak is positioned somewhere in the middle of his face. So it's just overlapping that white part and that blue part, so you should position it like between his eyes. So you're just going to grab some yellow bands. Just let me grab mine. Okay, first of all, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off my clip. I'm going to put my hook through. I'm going to position this, and I'm going to go through some bands in the face and some bands in the beak. And same thing, we're just going to slip stitch. Okay, and you're just going to keep doing that all the way around. If you've watched my previous videos, or you've done some of my previous projects, you'll notice that I'm actually slip stitching a little bit different. I'm not going through the white, I'm just going up and down like I'm stitching with a needle and thread. This is so that I don't take up more space than I have to. So watch this, I'm going down and then coming up the other stitch. So this is like a front post stitch, I would suppose, if you know crochet terms. Something like that, I wouldn't know the exact term. Alright, I'm just going to do that all the way around. Okay, I'm just going to do one more. Okay, what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to take my hook. I'm going to pull this band to the back. So through to the other side of the face. I'm just going to go through some of the white bands in the middle. I'm going to take another yellow band. I'm going to tie a slip stitch. And then I'm just going to take a clip. I'm just going to clip this like that, so it's tight. So that's his face done. And okay, next thing we want to do, you want to attach this face to its head. Okay, the next thing you want to do, you want to attach the face to the head. So that grab the head, this is the big dark blue one, and you're going to grab the face. You're just going to position it onto its head like so, and you're just going to turn this around. What you're going to do, you're going to slip stitch the bottom of the face onto the head. So I'm just going to go through the head bands and the face bands. I'm going to take my white bands, I'm going to slip stitch just the bottom for now. I'm holding it on, and I'm going to go through this and come out this post of the stitch. So I'm just stitching it on like how I did the beak, so I don't make the face bigger than I have to. And if you grab hold of the stuffing, it's normal. So don't worry about it too much. Okay, this stitch is a little bit too low. Let me just redo it. Okay, you want to do the bottom line first so that it's more secure, and just to make sure that you have the right placement of the face. It will be easier when you attach the bottom first. So turn this around and check that you're happy with that, and then now you're just going to go up the sides. Okay, rotate it, then you're just going to keep going. Just stitch on the white part of his face. If you're wondering, the other point is actually linked onto that blue part that I did at the back. We'll just hide the other side of the point when we get to it, so just letting you know in case you're wondering where it went. Okay, so now I've reached the edge of that white part. I want to stitch the blue part on. Let me just think about it. No, that's fine. I think I'll just stitch down all in white. The blue should be fine as it is. It doesn't stick out that much. So I'm just going to keep going with white. Might make things easier as well. Oops. But for this one, please make sure you go through the body and not just that crown looking thing. So make sure you grab those blue bands in the head, the dark blue. If you see them on your hook, when you pull it up, then you've got them, so that's the easiest way to tell. This one is a big stretch. If you want, you can go through the top of those blue spikes, but these parts, but I think they're fine as is because it's relatively short. And I guess it's a personal preference. I don't mind Piplup having a bit of a 3D bit on its face. Oops. Okay, now I'm just going down the side. The stitches are a little bit obvious here, but since it's in white, it's not as bad. You can do it a little bit closer to the edge so it's not as obvious. Okay, so I'm almost there. Just gonna do 2 more. And this is the last one. Yep, so anyway, if you want the stitches to be less obvious, do it a little bit closer to the edge. I did it here, so it's less obvious. It's a little bit more obvious here. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get my S-clip. I'm going to clip the edge of that band, and then I'm just going to pull it through to the other side and hide it. So that's his face attached. And the next thing I want to do is I want to attach his head and his body. Okay, so now I want to grab his body. And I want to use the dark blue bands to attach this. So these parts I'm just gonna let's see. I'll just stuff it in, move it out the way. I'm gonna start with putting this band onto my hook. I'm taking out this clip. So basically, since the opening of this has 12 stitches and this one has 12 as well, you just need to go through the open stitches and match them up. And I'm just going to slip stitch. As you can see, I've gone through the body bands and the headbands. I'm just going to slip stitch in dark blue. So slip stitch all the way. Just go through each stitch. And the reason we want to do this in dark blue is that when we attach the cape and the collar, it will look a bit better. For any of you Pokemon fans out there, please enlighten me, is Piplup a penguin? If so, I guess you can make a penguin as well, just modify the pattern a bit according to how you want it to be. I'm not too sure whether he's a penguin, but he's really cute and one of my favorite Pokemon. Okay, so this is my last stitch. Okay, what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to clip the end. So the S clip I took out earlier, I'm just going to use it again, and I'm going to shove that into its neck. Alright, now I just want to fluff it up a bit. The head is a little bit bobbly. I think that's because my blue bands are a little bit too thin. But the next thing I want to do now is I want to attach its... okay, let's just put this aside first. I want to attach the spikes onto his cape. So you want those, the two small and big spikes you had. So this is his cape. As you can see, it curves a certain way, so it's curving down now. I want to take off my clip from the bigger spike. And then I'm just going to put it through some of the bands. I'm going to position it. It's positioned kind of like in the center at the bottom. Let's just position it properly. Yes, something like this on his cape. So you just want to go through the cape bands and that spike, the spike bands and the spike. Yep, and then you just want to attach this on. You're just going to slip stitch all the way as well. Oops. Okay, and yeah, anyway, the bad thing about using non-Rainbow Loom bands is that the textures and the sizes are a little bit inconsistent. My jelly bands are a lot thicker. These blue bands I'm using are really thin and flimsy, so you don't get a very consistent project when you use them, but I just use them for the colors. So if you guys can use original bands, then that would be great. I used a Rainbow Loom turquoise for my prototype, which I'll show you later. It's not really the Piplup color that I wanted, so that's why I got these bands instead. So I'm just going to do one more. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tie this loose band around that spike. So you can't see it, it looks like that. I'm going to get the smaller spike now. I'm taking off that clip. I'm going to put my hook through. And this small spike is positioned above that bigger one. So it's something like this. Alright, so you're just going to do the same thing. go through the bands in the cape and the bands on the spike. The little one is a little bit more difficult. Just keep doing that until you're happy that it's attached properly. You don't really need to be too particular about it because you can't really see, because the stitches are a little bit loose in the cape due to all the half double crochets. So I'm just doing it how I see fit. Okay, and then the same thing, I'm just going to wrap this loose end around that small spike. So this is his cape. For now I'm just going to put this away. I'm going to attach the collars onto his neck. So I'm just going to take one collar. His collar starts in the middle and out to the side. Let me position this one first. Out to the side, I'm going to take out this clip and then I'm going to put my hook on. So I just want to stitch the top part of that collar. So I'm just going to go through the collar bands and the body bands. And then I'm going to slip stitch the same thing that I did with the face. Actually thinking about it, the Piplup with the 18 stitch neck might have been more appropriate, but well. It looked really big when I did it just now, so yeah, okay. Anyway, that's his collar attached. I want to just put the S-clip back and I'm pushing it into his body. Okay. Now I'm going to attach the other side of the collar. So I'm going to start from here, this side, since I'm right-handed. It's the same thing, just go through the bands in his collar and the body, and you're just going to do slip stitches. Okay, there's a bit of a space here, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to join the collars. Oops. Sorry, just let me fix this. I'm going to join that, and then same thing, I'm just going to clip and push it into his neck. You can adjust all the things that you've pushed in later on, but that's the collars attached. So the next thing we want to attach is his cape. So you want to grab his cape, wrap it around the back like this. Okay, it will overlap a little bit, but that's alright. Just position it however you want, and then you're just going to do the same thing. You're going to go through the cape bands and you're going to go through the body bands. You're doing this in dark blue, and you just want to slip stitch. At the top is fine. You want to make sure that this magic ring is at the center of his head. Okay, just keep stitching. I'm going to go through a bit of the collar bands as well. Alright, so I've stitched it on. The next thing I want to do is just take this off. I actually just want to tie a knot here. Not the most professional way of doing it, but it's useful just to keep it all together. And then these two loose ends I'm just going to clip and stuff into the body. Okay, so there you have his collar and you have his cape attached. The next thing we want to attach is his wings. So grab his wings. The wings are very easy to attach. You just want to attach it just underneath, in between that collar and the cape. So I'm just going to put my hook through the loose band and take out this clip. What you want to do is you actually want to stitch it flat, so just lean it against the body. Go through the body bands and the wing bands. You're taking your light blue bands and you're just going to slip stitch. Make sure it's flat. You're just slip stitching the top closed. So you only need like 2 or 3 stitches. Just hang on a minute. I'm just going to position it a little bit higher. Okay, I'm just going to do one more stitch. Alright, so once I'm done attaching his wing, I'm just going to wrap this around the wing at the top. There you go. That's one wing attached. I'm going to attach the other wing the same way. So I'm taking out this clip and positioning it on the same side on the other side, just under the cape and the collar. So I'm going to go through the body bands and the wing bands. I'm just going to slip stitch the top part. Right, and just one more. Okay, and now I'm just going to wrap this loose end around his wing. So that's his wings attached. Let's attach the 2 spots on his body. So what you're going to do, you're going to take a spot. They're just about there, maybe a bit higher up. Like so. I'm just going to position one here. I'm going to take this loose band onto my hook. I'm going to go through the body. I'm going to grab the white band on the other side, pull this white band through. Okay, so I'm going to pull it all the way through to the other side, like so. I'm going to take an S-clip. I'm going to clip this end, the one that I pulled through. I'm going to use the other end of the clip and I'm going to clip that band there, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate it so that the clip goes into the body, like that, and I'm just going to do the same thing with the other side. So I have that band on my hook. I'm going to go through the body, I'm going to come out the other side and grab the other band. And I'm going to pull this through to the other side. Right, now I just want to make sure that, oops, I've lost that band. Alright, I just want to make sure that it's in the correct height. Okay, I pulled up a whole lot of stuffing. I'm just going to put this back. So one over the other. I'm going to take a clip the loose end, use the other end of the clip, and I'm just going to clip this end, and I'm going to push this into the body. There you go. So those are the two spots on his front. Now the last thing we have to do is we have to attach his feet. So lie it on his back, take some yellow bands, and you're just going to attach this the same way you did the wings. So you're just going to take one yellow foot, find the magic ring, put it right next to it like this. Yep, like this. I'm going to put my hook through, and I'm removing this clip. Okay, and I'm just going to slip stitch the bottom part closed. So you're taking yellow bands, you're just going to slip stitch the bottom. Okay, so once I've attached that, I'm just going to wrap this around his foot. And I'm just going to attach his other leg. So same thing, I'm just going to remove this clip. I'm putting that band on my hook. I'm putting this on the other side of that magic ring, like so. And I'm just going to slip stitch it to the body. Okay, I just want one more stitch. Alright, and then same thing, I'm just going to wrap this end around its leg. And we're done with Piplup. So there you go, there's Piplup. He's really cute. My favorite Pokemon. So let me just compare him to the one I made previously. So this is the one I made previously. You can see that the head is a little bit bigger, so it looks, I mean, I quite like the bigger head and the smaller face. This is the one made in turquoise. This is the one made with the jelly bands, which I don't really like, but the color was more accurate for me. So these are the two Piplups with their capes. Okay, so that's the end of this tutorial. I really hope you like it. If you like it, please do give me a big thumbs up. This video actually, a big thumbs up, and do subscribe to my channel. It will help me a lot, and the more subscribers I get, the more encouraged I am to make more videos. If you have any requests at all, just let me know in the comments. I do read all the comments. I will try to make the requests. I will tend to favor the ones which I have the color bands to make, and I do have quite a lot of requests, so just be patient. I will try to get around to doing all of them if possible. And yep, that's it. I really hope you like this video, and I'll see you for the next tutorial.